ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bears Den podcast. I'm your host, Andy. I'm joined by Chicago Clarence. I'm joined by Todd. So today we get to celebrate a Bears victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. So we're talking a little about Hard Knocks, and we probably will tie the Bears, Bengals, and Bills game all together into one. So, guys, did you guys watch Hard Knocks episode 2? What did you think?
Yeah, I thought that it was a episode predicated around the Bills game. I thought that I mean, first of all, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm enjoying to see the behind the scenes aspects of our team.
Right.
So, don't have anything really particular that I'm pointing out. Yes, no, maybes, and all that stuff. I'm just ready for the real bullets to start flying.
Todd,
Yeah.
what do you think of
I
Hard
was
Knocks?
pretty impressed with DJ Moore's daughter. What was she, about 5 or 6, out there yelling at the Bills?
Yes.
That was a good time.
Yes.
Got to see Rome's mom. She was super nervous. It's good to see that stuff. It really is. It kind of, shrinks it all down to where, hey, these are all just regular, normal people, when you get them in the situation. It's good to see that. So and again, they said that and I don't know how they figured that out, but supposedly the viewership is off the charts. I guess better than the team. So
yeah, I've read that too. That it's the highest for us that it's ever been.
Yeah.
To me, what stood out in episode 2 was how about Mr. Ian Wheeler? I gotta give him a shout out. The man could be a doctor if he wanted to.
Yeah.
And he's choosing to chase this path. I mean, he still can be a doctor if this path does not work out to him. But I mean, the man can be a doctor right now if he wanted to. So I gotta definitely give the guy props for that. That
sure.
You are a doctor at such a young age already, or could be if you wanted to. But to me, oh, go ahead, Clarence.
Well, no, I was just going to say, if he keeps running hard the way he is, I mean, we're going to have some really tough decisions to make. I think he's put enough on the field, on film right now, to have other teams look at him. And even with the explosive ability that Velus Jones has, Velus Jones don't have good hands. I mean, you kept seeing in the episode how many balls he was dropping,
Right.
and that's just from the machine. He ain't even dropping passes. I mean, he's got hands of stone. And
Right.
if I'm him, I'm worried. The kickoff return, he dropped it. I mean, you can't make it into the NFL, and I think they've gone out of their way to find a spot for him.
Yes.
And he just cannot nail one thing down that he does well.
Yeah.
Because even running between the tackles with power, the other guy's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we already know Herbert and Roshan can do it. So,
Yeah.
If I'm Velus Jones, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
When cut day starts.
Today they threw a ball to Wheeler too, which I don't remember seeing that. I did remember seeing that in the Bills game, but he caught a pass out of the backfield today too. So I mean, to me right now, I have him as RB4. What I would probably do is let Homer go. We get a little money on that too, I think, if we let Homer go. But I would probably keep Velus as the last back and let Homer go. But I right now I have him in front of that for sure.
But Homer plays special teams, does he not?
Yes, he does.
Is he not a gunner?
But I think Wheeler can do that too.
Yeah, I think Wheeler can.
But that's what I'm saying. My question is, why would we let Homer go and keep Velus?
I guess they could to play it safe. I would put Velus on the practice squad before I'd put either of those guys, I think, because I think either of those. I mean, Homer wouldn't be a big deal, but I think that if we move either of those two players to the practice squad, they probably get snatched up. So, but
I mean, Wheeler looks like an every down back to me.
Yeah, no, and he's fast, man. To me, he's a no-brainer. He's RB4 for me right now.
He's fast and he breaks tackles.
Yeah, and he's hungry.
So I mean, he has attributes that Herbert don't have, and he's either going to be he's going to be RB2 or 3, you know, and it's just hard to sit here and we got hard knocks and we're looking at
Yeah,
aspects of the behind the scenes. We're not seeing the whole practices.
yeah,
But
Right.
for me right now, I'm almost to the point to where I hate it. We even gave DeAndre Swift that money.
Well, I don't know. Swift can be a bell cow back. I really think he can, but
But you guys remember when the
hmm
signing came along, the first
yeah,
thing I asked was why.
yeah,
yeah.
I was surprised too. So, but
Um, I actually don't keep. I don't keep Bayless on my team. He
no.
hasn't. This is his third year. She has shown me nothing.
Well,
Like, what is he really showing you in preseason?
the easy way out with Velas,
Yeah,
put him on the practice squad and say,
yeah,
"Oh, somebody took him." Well, that's a shame.
yeah.
That's the
I
end of the
mean,
experience.
he we're trying him at running back, but we're essentially tossing him the ball every time, which is every team is going to key off of that. Well, Bayless is in there. It's only going to be a toss. It's only going to be a toss.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
I just
I think they envision him as the next Cordell Patterson, and
yes,
I just don't think he's that guy. I loved Cordell when we had him, and he's staying
yes,
forever.
but
And
he's not
but I think
Cordell Patterson.
I really don't. So, but yeah, either way,
And the other thing about Hard Knocks that stands out to me is there's no drama on this team. There's none. There's no holdouts. There's nobody pouting about contracts. There's no
uh,
holdouts. There's no one
yeah,
seemingly stabbing each other in the back. They all seem to get along. They all seem to genuinely like each other. They all
there's,
seem to be rooting for each other when they're standing on the sidelines watching each other scrimmage.
that's
I mean, there
true.
seems to be no drama on this team. It seems
Mm,
like they are a team that wants to succeed and move forward.
yeah, Nate Davis, maybe, but he's
Oh,
saying, look, it's he's saying he's going to be ready and all that too. So, but I mean that's pretty little drama for a whole team. I mean,
yeah, yeah. And Nate Davis,
Nate Davis saying that he's going to be ready does not get me excited one bit.
no, me either.
We gave you that contract. We've done our part. You have not done your part. You have not lived up to your end of the agreement that you signed on paper. You have been unavailable and uninterested too many times for this team for my liking. I am pissed off about it, and we need to go ahead and send a message to him and park his ass on the bench.
yeah, that's what's going. I mean, I think he's coming off the bench for sure. So,
Yeah,
but he's too valuable to just cut, and it doesn't do us any good. So, but I don't think he starts coming out week one unless things change in the next little bit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cutting him because that the money aspect is
yeah,
not serving us anything. It's best to just keep him, put him on the bench, and use him in injury situations or the spell of starter. But for me right now, I ain't happy with that dude one bit.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of Ryan Poles' worst signings right now.
Yeah.
yeah. It
Free
is
agents, free
for
agent
sure.
side.
Well, yeah, free
Yeah,
agents.
I mean, he
There's a worse one. There's a worse one.
by far. I can't think of anything worse than
The quarterback last year that didn't make the squad, we gave $10 million to from Carolina. What was his name?
but
PJ?
we got out of him for cheap. PJ Walker.
$10 million.
Yeah, I think he only had one guaranteed year though. It's
I
not on
know,
the books this year.
but
If
that
I'm
it
not
was
mistaken.
surprising when he didn't make the team. But Bajan looked good today. That's who
Yes,
put him out.
Agent did good. Look good. So let me ask you guys something. On one thing I noticed on Hard Knocks is we don't have a hard ass coach like Chicago Clarence who will get in your face and curse you out and hurt your feelings and send you to the locker room crying. You guys notice that most of our coaches are very kind of low key,
I
laid
don't
back.
I don't know if I agree with that part. That running back coach seems to be that.
Yes, but he's not. He hasn't cursed anybody out and sent anybody into the locker room crying.
Well, I don't think that for a coach, you don't motivate me by cussing
Yeah,
me out.
yeah,
And in this day and time, the way the NFL and a lot of professional sports is for that matter,
hmm
it only brings you drama on the end because people don't like being talked to that way. I don't care how much my contract is. You don't have to cuss me out, but
yeah,
you can be as a matter of fact and no nonsense. And even Eberflus seems to be that way. When
yeah,
he speaks, they listen. And that running
Right.
back coach, he was getting on
Yeah,
Wheeler, and
he
Wheeler
was.
responded,
Yeah,
and he was just telling get your pads down, listen, move, and the way he was coaching him, Wheeler started listening. You can saw he ran between the tackles with a sense of urgency. That's what I like.
Right.
And when he was hitting that outside corner and getting gone, who was running down the field,
he was.
congratulating him. And
Yeah,
then the very next time, he was still like, get your pads down, and just going after him. So I love what I've seen out of him.
it just
Yeah.
looks like to me like the day of the Bill Parcells, Mike Ditka's that were getting your
No, those
face
days are
scratches.
gone.
Yeah, those,
Because these NFL players are, a lot of them are prima donnas.
yeah,
That's just not going to work in the league this day and time. It's not.
yeah. It seems like that is just gone. Now it's more.
Look how
Yeah,
Sean Payton lost the Denver Broncos
yeah.
last year. Russell Wilson was on his way to the Hall of Fame, and now to hear Sean Payton tell it he can't play.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody don't respond with you cussing them out.
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, we want to talk anything about the Bears Bills game before we dive into the Bears Bengals game.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's not really much that you can discuss about it. The fact
yeah,
of the matter is, the starters played well. The starters. I mean, Caleb Williams he was 4 for 7.
yes.
I'm not getting all that excited about that. It's preseason. Everybody's not going full tilt. Um, the main thing for me when we did our shows in the past is injuries,
Yeah,
and we're
Right.
we're escaping relatively injury free, except for that backup offensive lineman that got hurt
right.
and he's going to miss some time. But
Who is it?
no injuries to the starters.
The Eagle.
Yeah.
He is the Eagle.
Oh,
If you watch
right.
Hard Knocks, he's the one
Yeah,
who
right.
Yeah, who
stripped
who
down
did his
to a
thing in
Speedo.
to Speedo, and that's just all I'm looking for. I think that the reps you get in preseason, especially as a quarterback, pays off in dividends. But at the same time, I'm not getting all that excited. The Chicago Bears has burned me far too often for me to sit here and salivate over anything I'm seeing in preseason. Stay healthy. Let me know when
Mhm.
week 1 starts, and let me see then. Even with today's game, I'm not all that excited about. For what? It's preseason.
Yeah, but we haven't given up a touchdown yet.
Yeah, but their quarterback didn't
Yeah,
play today. Nor did they wide receivers. I mean,
yeah.
we didn't even get their best shot. Well, and I seen people are talking about how good the defense was looking and playing. So what?
Well,
They didn't even throw their best players at you.
So
mm,
let me ask you guys this: Our number twos and number threes
mhm.
are winning. They won
Yeah,
3 preseason games. Is that a good sign that we're actually deeper than we originally
yeah.
thought?
I
Depth, yeah, depth.
Yeah, I mean, I thought depth was going to be a huge problem for us. That's why I thought we're not. We're probably 1 year away from competing because we don't have a deep roster. But
Wait a minute, I don't want. Well,
yeah,
you were saying that before. You saying that now? Still,
I'm still saying it. But I mean, our
no.
depth is better than I thought it was.
Let me tell you this
We're
right
winning
now.
out.
Let me tell you this right now. Based on our schedule and
Yeah.
what we supposed to have projected on offense, we damn well better make the playoffs, or this season is a total loss.
Oh, I think we should.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Our strength of schedule is near the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
There was few teams who can line up at skill positions the way the Chicago Bears can. There's no way this team should win under 10 games. If we do not challenge for the division and get a wild card spot, then we wasted our time this year. I don't give a damn nothing about Caleb Williams having a developmental year at quarterback. It's a total loss because if he starts the season as our quarterback, we should make the playoffs. Barring any catastrophic injuries, we should make the playoffs.
right. If he starts 13, 14 games, I agree. I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're a playoff team as well, especially with Minnesota losing their
Mhm.
starting quarterback. That only helps us.
Well, he wasn't
Yeah.
a starter.
Yeah.
Cousins, I mean,
Darnold was
well,
going to be the starter.
Cousins was gone, but yeah, McCarthy was going to challenge, but um,
But that sets them back though, man, because
Yes, it does.
they
yeah,
get next year's first round pick to get that defensive end, and
Yeah.
they're so next year
it's going to hurt. I mean, I'd rather be in our situation than in theirs, no doubt.
they're going to
But
fill this.
I mean, I don't know how much McCarthy was going to figure in into their success for this year. I don't know.
He looked good when he played, surprisingly. But anyway,
Yes. So, guys, moving on. Bears versus Bengals.
yeah.
27-3. Our favor. First game at Soldier Field for Caleb Williams. So,
Right.
Clarence, what did you think of the game today?
Like I said, the offense had a slow start.
Yes, it did.
I was disappointed in that. But I think the thing that excites me the most is the fact that we don't have any major injuries, and the kid Booker. I've got some high hopes for him.
Yeah.
Maybe we did try to get Judon to bolster up our defensive line and help
Right.
with pass rushing, and I still would try to get somebody out there to put on the other side. But this Booker kid, man, he looks damn good. He sheds blocks, he overpowers people, and from what I've seen so far, he's been good in the run.
Yeah, I think but that other end position between Walker, Booker, and Hardy, the guy you're talking about, the 92, that
Yes.
rotation, we might. I mean, today I don't want to spend big money there unless it's some crazy deal,
Yeah.
where we're bringing in some sort of Pro Bowl player. I don't want to spend money there on somebody that's 31, 32, 33 years old right now.
And I think he did right by just offering a third round pick to get Judon, and he's on a 1 year deal. So we're gonna spend a third round pick to rent a player for 1 year. I'm not a fan of that. Ryan Poles continues to make good decisions. He's had his sprinkle of bad. Everybody has it, but he continues to make good decisions when acquiring players. And if he can't do it for his price, then he doesn't do it at all, and I'm fine with that. But giving up a third round pick for just 1 year for a guy, I wasn't feeling that.
Right, and he had a down year last year, didn't he? He was hurt some last.
He was hurt.
Yes.
Yep, he was hurt. Tore his biceps or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes the best deals are the ones you don't do.
Yeah, I mean, I took game notes on the last two games. I wrote down 94, 92 a lot.
Yeah,
they are in my notes a lot because it seems like all they do is make plays. I don't know how we do not keep Hardy. Like, to me, he's made this team already. I know it's going to be a numbers game, but I don't know how we do not keep him. Like, I would let Dom Robinson go before I would let Hardy go.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. I'm looking at the depth chart. They have Jacob Martin ahead of Hardy, but I don't think so. Yeah.
No, I don't either.
And
another thing that stands out to me is the kid from Illinois that everybody was so high on that had a draft grade of some people have him in the third round. I don't think he has a stat yet in the preseason. The Randolph from Illinois.
Mm.
He doesn't have a stat yet in the preseason.
Yeah,
and they were high on him.
Undrafted free agent.
Yes, from Illinois.
Yeah. That probably he has 15 spots. They're fighting for the practice squad spots, but but Amon kid at linebacker today and Baskerville, they were both solid, man. I don't know if Sewell's hurt or what. He's not getting any time, but
he has no stats either in the preseason. So
yeah,
that's not good.
No,
and that safety the whole secondary was fantastic.
We're going to cut a really good secondary player. We're going to cut
right there. So,
I mean, I don't know who you cut in the corner position. Like, I really don't.
Stroman probably makes it. Smith makes it.
What about wide receiver?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I mean, Robinson didn't do a good job, all that great of a job today, but hell, Pettis had 2 touchdown passes.
Pettis had 2 touchdowns and really messed it. And Webster was active today. I think from that first Hall of Fame game that Colin Johnson, all but made the team that day. You know what I mean?
But I mean, he ain't done nothing since.
They're saying he's hurt. They're saying he's hurt. It's the reason he hasn't played since.
Well, then they
can. I don't know if he makes the team now.
Well, they can do some sort.
That they're going with Moore, Allen, Odunze, Tyler Scott. Those 4 are on the team.
Scott
There's going to be 2 wide receivers left.
Mm-hmm.
Webster, Pettis, Jones, and Johnson. And there was a Swain sighting today. He caught a ball in the middle in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I'm if Johnson, if you don't have to honor him for the year, I think that's his problem before though, right? He's flashed and then been hurt, so
Yeah.
that might be the issue. But yeah, Pettis played his way into. I thought he was done, and
after he fumbled in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah,
I thought he was done too.
Yeah, I don't know. And that you think they're keeping the two quarterbacks and just that they say you can have one on the sideline.
Yes, emergency.
But not part of it. So
I think they keep. I think they keep three. So
yes,
you got Rippon and you got Reed, and who is going to come down between them two? Bajan is making his team.
I think Rippon will be 3 and Reed will be on practice squad.
So you can dress him, but he's not technically counted. Is that what they say now?
Yes. Emergency quarterback who can dress but doesn't count against the roster.
Yeah, that's that San Francisco rule.
Yeah.
That's perfect for him because he's the guy that knows the offense better than anybody. So that's good.
And Rippon is an upgrade over Peterman. I mean, he's a much better quarterback than Peterman was last year for us.
What I've seen from Reed, I would have to say he is too.
Yeah. And that's what we want to see. We want to see upgrades.
Right. Yeah.
So guys, let's get to the main event. The throw by Caleb Williams. How many quarterbacks in this league could have made that throw?
A lot.
45-yard dart to Rome Odunze?
Come on, bro.
No.
I mean, a lot of quarterbacks can make that throw.
No.
I mean, if you want to sit here and salivate over that throw versus what we've seen from Chicago Bear quarterbacks in the past, I would agree with you. But when you're gonna start putting it league wide, it's not that special.
I mean, Rodgers has made it. Mahomes has made it. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson can make it. I don't know who can make it after that.
Yeah. That Tyler Smith ball would have been a touchdown too if it wasn't for the
I've seen Fields make that throw a couple times. Listen, we got to keep everything in its proper perspective.
Yes, it's preseason.
It's preseason, and we have not seen anything from this quarterback when everything is for real. And that's when we need to just kind of to sit back and relax and chill. Yeah. Because, I know we all starving for a bona fide quarterback. I'm right there with you. I hope this man is the guy. But we just need to pump the brakes for a little bit. Because we were saying this same shit 2 years ago when Fields was out there. And we were salivating over those wild plays that he had. And look what ended up happening. Let's pump the brakes.
Yeah. It's getting close, and that's exciting. So
guys, what do we think of the offense? I know we're still vanilla and simple and basic, but has anybody been screaming at the TV like we were last year? Not another freaking screenplay, not another gun run. Has anybody been just screaming at our offensive play calling yet?
I haven't. I've liked what I've seen. I've liked the play mix up. I like the fact that we're running the ball and we ain't running the ball out of the damn gun all the time like we have the previous 4 or 5 years. I like what I'm seeing, but we have got a lot of weapons, lot of weapons, and I'm just interested to see how we attack defenses when the season starts.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how he's going to utilize our 3 wide receivers, our 2 tight ends, our running back room. I can't wait to see how he's going to utilize all them.
Personnel drives me crazy more than anything. Sometimes we have somebody that has the hot hand and we go sit him down. Why? Let's ride that guy. And the running back situation is going to be, it almost makes you afraid to pick any running back from the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Chicago Clarence is already thinking about fantasy.
I am.
I can hear him screaming now. Put Montgomery in there. I need my 6 points.
Yeah, I need points, man. I need points, bro. It's about fantasy. It's about fantasy.
Don't take Montgomery out. Come on. Put him in. I can hear him now.
You might hear that a time or two. I ain't gonna lie about it, but I swear.
Yeah.
It's easy to get excited about what we have on this team. We're not used to this. No. We're not. And no other team, no other fan base deserves it more than the Bears do. We have gone through our struggles. It feels like we have just been in a damn 100-year rut. To be the only team to not have a 3,000-yard passer is it should be a crime.
4,000.
Yeah, 4.
4,000, yeah. With the with the days rules,
No,
we should have it. But man,
yeah.
let's just wait. I feel like we should just sit back and just kind of take this stuff apart when the real bullets start, and then we can really, really talk about what we see and what needs to happen and what hasn't been happening and all that other good stuff.
So
I thought Corey
go ahead.
Taylor looked nice. The few punts that he had,
Yeah.
he out coverage on one, but the second one he pinned him in the 10, and I think that's his routine thing to do. If they
He's
may
been
have,
dominant.
Yeah.
yeah, I was a little surprised when his name got called that early, but it looks. What saved that is being able to pick up Booker in the round, because it probably should have been the other way around, right? Booker at
Yeah.
4 and Taylor at 5, but it worked out, so it doesn't matter. But he looks great. So
Having a good punter is just like having another weapon on special teams.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So with that being said, guys, it looks like our defense is picking up right where it left off. We're creating turnovers. We're getting to the quarterback. We got a pick 6 against Buffalo. Looks like there's not going to be a drop off with our defense.
No, ever since Flus took it over,
Yeah.
I mean, I have a DC now, but since Flus really has been in charge of the defense, it's been a different unit.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, we ran the corner blitz twice today and got to the quarterback both times. I can't remember the last time I've seen that.
Well,
Yeah,
what's gonna help this defense out is having a competent offense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Having an offense that can keep the ball and run 10, 11, 12, 13 play drives and put points on the board instead of us going 3 and out and giving the ball back to the other team and putting our defense back out there. A lot of times our defense would go out there, they may bend a little bit, but we would get the ball back, and it kept us in a lot of games. I want to see this defense respond when we have a good offense.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Even the year we went to the Super Bowl, we felt like once we got up 13 points, that was ball game. I want to see it be the other way around. I want to see our offense carry the defense sometime. Get on the field and keep the ball, 8, 10, 11 minutes. Grind people down in the dirt. I want to see us run the ball. That's, to me, that's the most. I just don't feel like we should just be worried about slinging the ball all over the field. Because there's two things you need to be able to win in the NFL. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run. If you can do those two things, you're a pretty good team.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why Swift was attractive to him, because he can run the ball, but he also has great hands, and he catches a lot of passes that are just essentially just long handoffs, which is fine. And I mean, that's I think that's the deal with I'm so sick of I've spent 40 years watching the Bears try to win 13-10, and the defense requiring a turnover in the last 3 or 4 minutes to secure a win.
Yeah.
I mean, just year after year after year. And
I'm tired of that. Let's win some. Let's make Bucks. Let's make him be right sometime. Let's win a game 31-17 sometime.
Yeah,
we need 2 and 3 games to score 31 points sometime. Even against bad defenses, we can't seem to move the ball.
I can't. In this NFL today, if you can't score 21 points, you shouldn't win a game. It could be anything in the teens. So, but anyway.
So, guys, with that being said, I do think we are heading to very exciting times as a Chicago Bears fan. I think we're going to have to put the seatbelt on and ride the roller coaster. I think it's going to be up and down this year. I think it's mostly going to be up. I think we finally have a team that's trending upward in the right direction. I think Ryan Poles is I think he's done a great job. Yes, he's missed on some signings. We've already discussed them. Every GM is going to have that. So, guys, I mean, do you feel like it's finally different? Like, this is we finally have turned the corner and we're trending upward?
Yeah, I think
feel like that.
Yeah, I think that there's not a team out there that just scares me. Like, we have no chance of beating. And that's been the case for the longest time. You check off, 6 games that we weren't going to be competitive in. And I think there are teams that are better than us without a doubt, but I'm not afraid. I think we can beat any of those teams, So, and I haven't felt that way in a long time.
Everything is lined up. Ryan Poles has pushed all his chips to the center table, and he has bet on Caleb Williams.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
team is going to go how Caleb Williams goes. And
Right.
if he is indeed a generational talent, this team is going to win a lot of games because it's all set up for him. For the most part, that offensive line still worries me.
Yeah.
And but it's all going to be pretty much of me, and that's the reason why the quarterbacks make the money that they do. This team is gonna move and be successful if Caleb Williams is that guy. If he's not, we're gonna be singing the blues again, and it's gonna
Yeah.
hear a lot of people screaming about we should have did this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I agree with that. So, Chicago Clarence, you pissed off about anything today? Anything you saw?
Really and truly, I can't tell. I've been in a good mood. I've been in sales meetings all week, and I was so tired coming out of
Yeah.
them. I guess I haven't had time to even get pissed off about anything.
I tell you what I'm pissed off about when I saw the pictures of our field today. That's atrocious. We're a professional NFL team, and they were putting pictures online. That's atrocious. And that's
Well,
what
the Chi-
Clarence said to me in a text. That's why we need to own our own stadium and be done with the city. Paying
It's
rent.
exactly what I've said before.
That's
There is no
atrocious.
way an NFL football team should not have some say of where they play their games at. In this day and time, with the money that they make, and I know the Chicago Bears don't are not business owners that the bulk of their money comes from that business. Their money comes from the team. But you have also got to protect your investment. You don't send your team out there and play on a field like that. You don't let the Chicago Parks and Recreation Service dictate to you what they're going to do with the field. If they want to have a concert the night before a game, they can do so. It ain't nothing that you can say about it. But how
Right.
dare them sit there and put their team out there and basically sit there and cry about the Bears wanting to go to another place and build another stadium because we don't have no say so on where we play right now. We play in the oldest building in the league and it's not close. We play in the smallest building in
Yeah.
the league and it's not close. Even the stadium that they want to sit there when they were talking about remodeling this one, it's still going to be in 60 something thousand. We still don't learn. We still don't learn. And I know Ryan Poles ain't got nothing to do with that. That goes up to ownership and the president, but somebody needs to get a clue.
Yeah.
We have got to make it right. You have got so many people on the waiting list for season tickets. The demand is there. So what are we doing? Why can we not supply that? Why shouldn't we supply that? Because it's people who are thirsty enough, stupid enough to continue to come out there and beg you to give you their money. And what do you want to do? You put them in a building like that Moses used to watch football games at. And we
Yeah.
still don't learn.
Yeah. I mean that. Thankfully, nobody got hurt today. Because when I
Yeah.
saw those pictures of the seams, I was like, "Good Lord."
What would have happened if Caleb Williams would have tore his
Oh.
ACL?
I
Getting
know.
stuck in that stuff.
Yeah.
What would have happened? Or Keenan Allen, who
Or DJ Moore.
is a hard win away
Yeah.
from tearing something.
Yeah.
Or Doomsday or Swift,
Yeah.
who has a history of getting hurt. Or Montez Sweat, for God's sake.
Right.
We would have been sitting up there crying the blues once again. But when we have the opportunity to do something about it, we turn right around and we do the same dumb shit.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I guess it is what it is. We don't own the stadium. If they want to have a concert there last night and tonight and then tomorrow, they can do it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
tell us
Yeah.
what to do when
Yeah.
it comes to that. It
That's
should be
why.
the other way around.
That's why we need to go. We need to own our own stadium. We need to go.
We bought the property out there. Let's just develop it and build a damn stadium. I don't care how long it takes, but it's just sitting there. We ain't doing nothing to it. That's once again when we talk about Chicago Bears doing Chicago Bears shit. How did you go out there and buy a racetrack and we've owned it now for about a year and we
Yeah.
ain't doing nothing. It's just sitting out there. Asinine.
It'll eventually happen.
I hope I'm still alive
Yeah.
Yeah.
to see it.
All right. With that being said, guys, what are our final thoughts? Anything you want to say about the Chicago Bears before we call it a day on this one? Todd, I'll let you go first.
I'm just ready, man. They better not play a single player Thursday night. I mean, honestly, you got to pull guys off the street and put jerseys on them. Do that. They're ready to go. They're as ready as they're going to get.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I know we did the extra one for the Hall of Fame because we had 2 players and, well, really Pepper's 3 and all that. But, they're ready to start the season and just play third stringers the whole game if you want to on Thursday night. I'll probably still watch it, but,
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm down to the 4th and 5th stringers. Let's go
Yeah.
ahead on and put a bow on this preseason for the starters and the backups, and let's move on to looking at people who on the fringe of whether they're going to be on the practice squad or they're going to get cut or whatever. And let's not forget, we still going to be watching the waiver wire because there are pieces that we can
Yeah.
still add to our team from other teams. I think if we can add a center, we should be looking at that. I think we still should be looking at adding a pass rusher. We do those 2 things, I'm cool with it. But as far as our starters, and they should not see the field.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, guys. Till next time, bear down.
Fair enough.